Hi, I'm Elena. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome. It has been a minute. A lot has happened in the last few months, but that's okay. I'm back. So I talk everything about personal finance over here. And today we're talking all about my November budget. Last time I left off, the last budget you saw was a June budget. And so I definitely want to tell you what's been going on with my budget. I still budget regardless if you all see it or not, and what I've been up to. So let's head to our November monthly budget. And then of course, while I was gone, I did see a request for a paycheck budget, and so I will be dropping my paycheck budget for November also, so you can see one of the weeks where I get paid on a bi-weekly basis, so you'll be able to see that, so you can see how I manage my money that way also. So if you are new here, you haven't been here for a while, when it comes to my budget, I do not show you all of my money. I am married. My husband prefers not for everybody and their mama to know our business. So you get a portion of what I use for my money for bills. You don't see everything that I spend on. So I always start with a starting balance and then we budget from there, just to keep a little bit of privacy here for various reasons. Normally you will see me budget either on, well, normally it's been on my iPad using printables that are available in my shop, but actually I am using an Excel template. Well, actually this is a Google Sheets template this time. I actually budget all three ways. There's just something for me, being a numbers person, I like to write things down, then I transfer it to an Excel or a Google Sheet, and then I actually transfer it to like an app to do that. So this way I'm going to show you how I'm using it on a Google Sheet. I am testing out an app, so you know, you'll see that coming soon. But let's head over and look at my budget, which is right here, so you'll see me looking off to the side. So for the month of November, we're starting out with $4,700. I think the last budget you saw, I may have budgeted with the same starting balance. If not, I typically try to stay in the range of $4,500 for the month for the starting balance. We'll see how that goes for this month. We're over and we're gonna stay over for a while, just like different things are going on, planning properly for different events and occasions. We're going into the holidays, so I'm gonna start out with the $4,700. And then the first thing I like to do with my money always is to account for any savings, any investing. So this is a piece of my investing savings. This is kind of like where I like to hover around, just because most of my goals, for the most part, I think I have met. So for savings, my starting balance for the savings, or that's coming from the starting balance, is $370 for the month of November. My trading account will get $100. I have mentioned this in my mid-year update, but then also in my goals for the year about just trading. And so I have been adding money to my trading account on a monthly basis, keeping it low because I am new to trading per se. Not new to investing money, but new to trading and just really trying to like keep my eye on the market like that. Typically, I'm a long-term investor. I just like to invest it, let it do what it do, check on it every 6 months to a year, adjust as needed. I'm that type of investor. But trading is something that I'm getting into, and I like it. So I try to throw like $100 in there a month, and then, you know, play around with it, and then we'll get to the point where we'll do some different things with the money. Our bills. And also I should mention, y'all, my spreadsheet here, like, this is a Google Doc that I've been tweaking. This is different from the one that I was using the last time I recorded. I've just been like changing up the style. So you'll see it change over time the more and more I show it to you, just because I've been tweaking it and making it look different. So this is kind of like it's not done at all, but this is what I'm using because I like to test things out first before I put all this work into it. So I'm testing it out right now just to see if it's just doing what I need it to do. So for regular bills, these are just my fixed bills that are the same every month. Rent is the same as $1504.04. And this is not like my whole rent. This is just a portion of that comes directly from me. Car insurance is $196. Not cell phone. This is cable and this is internet. It should be less than $155. I've just been budgeting $155, but it should be like $10 less than this. So we'll see when the actual comes through for the month. Electric is $95. Life insurance, I have a term life policy that is $20.13. The gym is $26.11. AAA went up. I don't know if you all remember, it used to be $17.99 or 17 something. Now it is, I think it's $21.99. I think it's actually 21 something. But I'm gonna just go with $21.99. We'll see when the actual hits. But that's what I'm estimating for this month. It did go up in October. And I told y'all AAA has been a lifesaver. So at this point, we're not gonna complain too much. And then Apple is $32.17. I don't know if I filled you all in. I know we talked about it a lot when I was budgeting before. We have Apple One. We have a family plan with my husband and all the kids. And my brother. And so that covers everyone for like all the services. So that's the cost monthly. And then what you don't see on here that I was talking about for months and months and months is Audible. I finally got rid of Audible. It was a struggle, but I told you all I had stopped using Audible as much when I was studying for my CPA. After a while, I just realized like I was using it, but not using it at the same level that I was using it before. And I just think it's because I'm not commuting as much to go to work. And so I'm not really using it. So I used up all my credits. You have to use your credits before you cancel Audible. You lose your credits. I'm just about to tell you that. So, you know, ask everybody around for book recommendations. So I'm listening to Audible and I got to keep, you know, all my books that I had already paid for, but we no longer have an Audible subscription at this time. So that is a change that has happened since the last time we did my budget. So currently the bills are budgeted for $2,050.44. Then if we slide over to variable expenses and sinking funds, I don't have much on here. I think I have like the same stuff I had on here before. Some of my sinking funds is not on here, partly because we're going into the holiday season. But we have food. It's Thanksgiving this month, of course, which is a, you know, big holiday for most people in the United States. We're actually not hosting this year, so I did up the food budget a little bit though, you know, just in case. And then also my kid may be coming home from school this month. He's supposed to, so I just try to up the budget a little bit because when he's around, you know, we got to have more food. So food budget is $300. Kid budget, this is a sinking fund that is always rolling, is $300 for this month. Personal expenses. So my personal expenses is actually higher this month than normal. Normally I only budget for about $200 a month. I am traveling this month a couple of times, so I just added a little buffer in there. I know Black Friday is this month. Yeah, if I choose to buy anything, it will come from a sinking fund, so it's not coming from my personal budget. And I don't know. We'll see as things come up. I really don't have a plan to buy anything for Black Friday at this moment. So, and then typically some of the things that I buy are business expenses, which are not included in this budget here because my business has its own budget. I do see some people who have everything together. I don't do that. My business has a budget that it runs by, and then my personal has its own budget. And then, of course, you all see this budget here, which is, you know, a little succinct for privacy reasons. So, yeah, I don't plan on buying anything. That doesn't mean I'm not. But it'll have to come from this, or if I'm buying gifts from someone, it'll come from a sinking fund. Gas, I have an actual zero this month. Normally, I budget for $25 for gas. And that is because I do not drive a lot. And so I kind of have a gas seeking fund where I'm just constantly putting money into it so I can buy gas. But I don't really drive that often. And so I'm not paying for gas. So I just put zero this month. I'm not even going to budget for it this month. But I will say this is probably the first month, or maybe I did it back in June, but I definitely I've been budgeting for gas, and I'm just not this month. And then miscellaneous, normally I give a buffer, but I'm not giving a buffer this month. I'm just not doing it. We'll see where we fall, but I'm pretty confident that we should be in a good place. But, you know, we'll see. I might be wrong, but I'll take my chances, you know? All right, and then for debt, okay, so we have the car. This is my kid's car. We have the amount that I'm budgeting to put down on it. I've mentioned before, I shouldn't say put down. This is the amount that I'm paying for the car payment. This is not the car payment. I pay a little over the car payment, and then I put extra money towards it because I'm trying to pay it off as quickly as possible. So this is how much that I budget to pay for it. Just like, okay, every month I'm going to pay this amount no matter what. So that's going to be $250. And then student loans, I save my student loan payment. My student loans are currently in the forbearance situation that ends at the end of the year. So it's $345 a month that I put towards my student loans, and that amount is just sitting in a separate savings account for now. For Apple, I do have an item that I'm still paying for at 0%. It's $22.04. I have not paid it off yet because it's $22.04. What I am planning to do, because I did go back and forth about just going ahead and get rid of this expense, but I'm probably not. I think that, not that I think, it is set to be done in May. So I think what I'll probably do is probably knock it out in like March. Like in March, it'll get the last payment that we're going to be done with. And then I spelled this wrong, but oh no, I didn't. That's exactly what I want it to be. So debt snowball. So the debt snowball for this month that's going to go towards the car will be the $562.52. And that will be the payment that goes on the car for November. So that's typically like how I do things. And then any other funds that I have coming from other sources, those also go towards the car. So I didn't give you the sinking funds variable expenses total. That's at $1,000 for November, and then for debt it's at $1,179.56. So if we go and we look at the numbers, I am big on having a zero base budget. I like to budget for every single dollar. That way I do with it what I'm supposed to do with it. And so we're budgeting with a starting balance of $4,700. Savings is going to be $470. That's savings and investments. Bills will be $2,050.44. Expenses $1,000. Debt $1,179.56. So left to spend, I have $0. So every bit of my money that is for just bills and things like that is accounted for, and then my other sources are accounted for somewhere else. So that is my budget for November. I think my main goal for November when it comes to my finances personally, when it comes to spending, I will say, is really staying within that personal expense category. I do typically pretty good with that, but since I am traveling like twice during this month, it is a holiday during this month, I really want to stay in that $400 range because I really don't know. I need to start planning, but I really don't know what I would like buy for anyone. Like, our kids are grown, so we buy them stuff, but you know, they just like money. They like cash. So I really don't know like what I would be buying in that case. And then as far as like anything else, yeah, that's really just my goal. I've been really big on cutting back on expenses. There's some other things that I picked up and canceled while I've been gone. Like I picked up a LinkedIn premium membership. It's a great membership to have, by the way. I definitely think it's something that people should carry. I did get rid of it just because I stopped using it as much. And you just need to like evaluate your subscriptions because, you know, subscriptions can really get out of hand. But for the month of November, we have like one more month and then we're going into 2023. Let me know what your goals are for November. And if you are looking for a way to budget, a way to figure out what to do with your money or how to even track your money, then definitely check out this video right here. And I'll see you next time with an all new video.